continue building our pineapple plant, and I'm going just to collapse our fruit, move it away. Okay, we'll go to disconnect, and it should be disappear at this point. Next, what I want to do is start building trunk. So I'm going to segment right here. We'll call this trunk. And a pineapple, if you notice, this is a plant of same family as a bamboo and other ones. So it's not a tree, it's not a bush, it's a plant of its own, which is fine. And that's what we're going to do, build plant of its own. So right here we have our trunk there. Again, I'm try to work with the real numbers, so we'll have it as 0.9. We inherit, and let's set maybe to 12% on this. Again, this is theme which people probably won't see it, but it's help us to have it leaves grow from top, and plant have it long leaves a little bit on the bottom from the flower right here, and pineapple will sit just on top of this. Okay, and you know what, let's do this way. Let's take this and just make a little bit kind of corners. Okay, that will work. Okay, this is just a basic setup. I think this is good. Let's go next, add the blades, and we'll go to segment. We'll go, actually, you know what, before we do this, let me rename it. So this is a blades, and yeah, let's do them happy green color. Okay, we'll connect the blades. Okay, and in a trunk right here, you'll notice we have it now connecting our blades. Before we go modify, I want to work a little bit on the blades itself. So right now I can preview them. The one we want to make them a little bit smaller. Let's add maybe 0.2 randoms, red randoms. You can see how they change the link as well. Okay, right here, make much easy. We'll just go to 100% actually right here. But we'll go to modify and 100. Why? Because right here, see where it's come to the end, it's where I want overlap. I want almost make like going all over from plant, so it's growing. But again, I don't want them to be that thick right above, so we'll go to create again this thickness kind of on the root. So right here, and you know, we'll maybe even go all the way to the 0 at this point. So right here, see what we have? It kind of interesting stems growing on a plant, but remember we still have them long going away. So again, blend with parent at this point. If we enable, this is what I was looking, see how they kind of connecting. Okay, that is what I'm trying to kind of achieve. Let's do this a little bit lower right here. Just overall reduce a little bit, and maybe okay, it's have it a little bit on the side, so maybe 95%. It's looking right in this area. And as well on the trunk, let me go back and influence, we'll go to add just small distortion right here, so that our root little bit not straight sometime. Okay, we'll go back to the blades, and you notice when you work, sometimes you go back and forth. That's what's happening. You adjust some small details, go back and adjust another details as you need to do it. Okay, the one thing I want to add other options, but before we'll add blades so we can actually see now. And there's our blades. So I want to enable after size them. Okay, it's help a little bit easier this way. We have it number 1, so we'll do this way. and all this about same. Right here maybe we want just to set, and also, you know what, let's do this way. We'll first kind of going right here on the end stem, and let's do take this one. And one thing what I noticed, they're very pointy, some of them, so we can add randoms, but you can see how it's created very interesting pointy effect right here. Maybe rework a little bit, we'll see how that will hold it for us, this area. Okay, we're done this one, and let's add leave a little bit bending this way. Okay, I think this is wrong way, so let's okay, so we'll add right here. Okay, there you go. Okay, we also want a little bit flattened down. Let's make a nice leaf. And now I want to work on a trapezium, so I'm going to add this one, and we'll just add maybe 10 and plus minus 6 should work. Let's just give it this randomly. There you go. Now even it doesn't look kind of nice with these blocks. We'll go back to our trunk. We'll go to the blades, and now let's work a little bit on this blade. So right here we have it 4. Let's go to 24 and plus minus 2. So you'll see how it's covered now, very nicely covered right here. I also want to pop up just maybe a little bit about right here. I'm watching so these ends kind of don't touch ground. Okay, there you go. And let's drop from the top slightly, because I want to open for another leaves. Okay, we have a nice bunch of leaves. You know what, let's put this 48 and maybe random 5 for this. Okay, and as well, now I want to rotate them around, and we're done with the coil. This one will do. So 137 approximately, and plus minus 7 degrees. So there you go. Look, we have a very beautiful plant now. And notice how before they don't look, and so now they're blending very nicely. Look like real and plants going. Okay, so this is our blades. Next, what I want to do with these blades, it is add one on the top, another type of the blades or another type of the grass, so we can put pineapple on top. And if you see pineapple, it's kind of growing leaves going from the bottom of the pineapple. So we'll start working on those ones, and let's do this way. We'll create another segment. Okay, and we'll call this bottom blades. Actually, you know what, it's not correct, bottom, so let's call them top. Okay, we'll go change color maybe to something. There you go. Okay, we'll go take let's take these blades and connect them. And when you connect, you notice we have it one blades, new child, so we'll just connect to new child for this. Okay, we'll go inside the trunk, and right here you notice we have those blades. So let's go to this top blades and try to modify. So one, what I want to do, let's go again. We'll set just 24, and we'll set 4 right here. So a lot of new blades. Also, I want to bring them to the top because I don't want them from the bottom. So I'm going to maybe set to .94, and I don't want all the way on the top because our pineapple will be there. So .98. So we'll just place them right around this area. Okay, we have it all density. This is all same settings. and we have it 30 degrees. That is fine. I just want to add a little bit randomness to angle, and I want coil them hours, so we go at 137 like before, and we'll just add a 7 again. So right here you can see how they're going from there pointing, so it's worked nice. Now we can go inside actually our blades and modify some settings. Okay, in one case, when I build this plan, it's take sometimes time to do this, so even it's look I'm come up with numbers, it's actually was a little bit try experiment creating numbers, and it's what you can do. You can, when you create, try it, see if it doesn't work. This tutorial is just overall help you to look on some properties, how we can connect and how we can work. This is kind of exercise of this tutorial. So we'll go 0.4 on a link, make them shorter, and maybe 0.3. So you can see we have a nice link on this. Okay, we're going, and one thing I don't want to connect them because it will cover at this point. We could create the same things like before, so we can actually can go all the way almost down right here, and take this all the way down as well. So we can do this way, or we can just make right show 0, but in this case just let's leave it, so we have a nice connection. Okay, well, don't need cups anything, but we'll add now work on the blades, of course. Again, I'm going to set after size for this. Okay, we'll leave it the default, and right here width again, because it's blades, we'll just take top, and let's cut top all the way to the bottom. Click OK here. Okay, and you know what, maybe width bring a little bit down. The reason why, because maybe 1.2 right around here. Let me try this one, see how it will look. Okay, and I want to actually make wider, so we'll add 1 to the random, so we can go from very thin to thick. It's totally different ones. Okay, and also let's take them and bring this a little bit down, kind of bending. Okay, we'll do okay right here, and this is just fine. Trapezium, that one is what I want to add quite, so I want to add it 35, and we'll set 10. So notice how it's nicely beautiful, they're going around. Okay, let's come closer so you can see we can reduce 24, maybe it's even a little bit too many of them. So if we go look right here, maybe we want to go to maybe 18 only, and this is you can place together and see if that will work for you. Okay, right here is our plant, so right now we can ready take our fruit and connect it to new child. Okay, now right here in a trunk we don't need pineapples all over, they're going on top. So all what we need to do, going can place a top of the segment. So it's pop up right here. We'll set this to the 0. There you go, we have it. And remember, because top it's a little bit adjusting, so they will change a little bit to left and right. Next things, let's do one thing. We'll enable wind, and you can see how, whoa, they're moving too fast. So we need to modify that. Let's go to our root, and we'll switch to combine wind at this point. And in a trunk, we'll go to influence, and right here we'll have wind force. So let's this flexibility down, as well as we'll take wind down. Okay. Next, we'll go in our fruit, same influence, and we'll take down this one and here, and we have it crown as well. I want to actually go and influence on a crown, and same things, because if you notice the crown is a little bit thicker usually, so it doesn't move. Okay, we'll go back now, and I will leave it other ones as default. Okay, at this point, let's enable. So you can see we have a much better move on our leaves, and it doesn't move that much. Let's look more real. Okay, and I think right here we can rework a little bit closer on these details, reapply it, kind of how they will blend it. Okay, so I think we're kind of ready to work a little bit more on the materials. However, I still a little bit don't like how this come up, so I maybe bring down and rearrange a little bit, or make this crown a little bit different. So just add maybe another rings. We'll see how this will come up. Okay, okay, so let's do this way. I'm going to the trunk, do materials, and one thing what I'm going to do it is switch to map it. And I did work a little bit on textures, so I did pre-created some textures previously, and if you bring this tutorial pack, these textures will include with the pack, so you can reuse it. However, the models won't be in the pack, you'll need to recreate them by yourself, but with textures and everything it should be very easy to step follow. Okay, and I'm actually going to select stamp one, so I'll click OK, and we'll click OK. Notice it's going through everything, which is okay, and that's what I wanted, except right here on the fruit, it's where I want to switch the color. And for this one we'll go to use a different. So again, I'm opening and I'm going to preload some material. Okay, and this material, what I did, I just gone and create this pineapple texture. Actually I have a 2 and 1 a bit more high resolution, so I'll use that one. Okay, and one thing about that, we'll need modify. First, I want to enable parametric, because if we look right here, and let's render, we can see some stuff. You'll notice we won't have it properly kind of going parametric in this one. Before, let me go change this to, okay, this is, yeah, that is what I want to use it. Switch top to this, and we'll go to our crown, and we'll switch these materials as well. So you notice sometimes it's kind of called default, and I think that will fix it very soon. Okay, we'll go to these materials and replacing. So we'll have it green materials, but you notice right here orange doesn't cover, so it does not properly realign. So sometimes what you need to do is enable this as parametric material. So now when I enable, you can see it's properly textured. So we have green on the top and a side. So I think we can go and render to disk. So let me render as a preview. Okay, so we're done rendering, and kind of funny, we have this little person right here to compare, but here is our plant, maybe a little bit too tall. So let's do this way. We'll go to the fruit size right here, and maybe link set to 0.5. So yeah, there you go. Let's look better. A little bit smaller as well. This crown a little bit too, so we have this crown holder. Let's go segment 0.2. Just make it a little bit shorter, and on this crown as well we go 0.5, and let's make 0.3. So just shrink them a little bit down and spread more, and the spread it will be again in our handler. We're going to the crown, and right here maybe it's not 75, let's make this 25 random. So it should, yeah, it should kind of 25, and of course 75 will need to 55. So you can see, yeah, this is spread just a little bit better. Okay, 115. Let's try different angles and see Yeah, that look. Again, remember it's plus and minus, so kind of hold it here 60. Trying to find better, and there you go. This is look a little bit better on the distribution. We'll uncheck. So here's our plant, and you can go inside and of course tweak a little bit more, add some effects, see which one. But one thing I noticed, pineapple look too clean. So let me go in materials. I'm going to add this material for the plant. We'll go to the bumps and we'll go edit these bumps. So notice we have it open function right here. We have these bump materials, and I'm just connecting. If you have bump separately, you can do it. I'm just going very simple, go to gray. When we complete it, we'll need to go right here, click on this, accept it. Okay, next I'm going to pop up a little bit more on the texture and enable displacement. Okay, till we've done this, let's go to highlights, bring a little bit more on the dual highlights, leave it brighter. Okay, now maybe bumps a little bit too much, so let me take them slightly down. Okay, click OK. Let's render. So I want to preview how these bumps will come up, and they should look, yeah, see, it's look a little bit too rough, but I do like the add a little bit more texture to this. So I'm going to reopen and bring maybe 0.3 on the bumps. So that's rolled nicely. Let's bring a little bit highlights up right here. And one thing right here, notice this is also green, actually our bottom, this one. So I want to modify materials, make them a little bit more brownish, and actually it's not, because it will be on a blade. So we'll go down and we'll just add overlay to them. So you see how they come up brown in color. Okay, let's review. Okay, you can see we have a nice, yeah, I think this is look much better. Okay, we can zoom out about maybe around here. Okay, let me set up lights. We'll go to atmosphere, and I do like set up a little bit more on global radiosity. So on this point we can see just slightly better quality. We'll go to final render. Okay, a bit 480, and let's render. So I'm going to pause tutorial till render is completed and come back after it's done. Okay, so the render is done quite a bit fast, and you can see we have a nice color texture. This one little stick too far, so let's take a ring and bring it more closer down. To do this, we'll go to our lower ring. We'll go to transform, and in offset on a Z we need to bring it a little bit down. So let's look closer, and you can see right here when we're moving more down, you see how deeper it can go inside. So I don't want to go too far. So I think this one actually will work well, and we also can take top one and put it as well down, but on this case it's more integrated, so I think it's look much better this way. Okay, also till we here, let's add 10 more to random leaves so they don't point. Okay, and I think these leaves maybe needed more work on the crown, this top one. Again, this is how you will go closer, because if you go from this far away, it's look okay. If you come closer, so you probably want a little bit rework on them. Okay, like right there, but again at the same time we can pop up a little bit the resolution. and see how they with high resolution it looks. It's look actually not so bad. I like how the combining leaves going. Okay, as well on a pineapple, right here a little bit it's not rounding, so let's go back and just readjusting this one slightly, so let's look a little bit more roundish kind of. Okay, just this right here angle, I think. Okay, we'll click OK. Okay, so let's go ahead and last render so we can see how our model looking right now. Okay, so right here we have our pineapple plant, which is look kind of very good details for this size. Again, this is not extremely close up. If you want to extremely close up, you probably want to render or create in a Maya or other ones, but overall, again, this is Vue plant that we just created, and we have a very unusual structure for this. So thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio, and please remember, visit us on our web is www.geekatplay.com.